And hello, my name's Michael Libbie, and this is Insight on Business, the News Hour. Thanks so very much for coming by. This is the show about advertising, marketing, consumer trends, and best business practices. Why do we do this? Well, we do this to help your business succeed in whatever economy you're faced with. We've been doing advertising and marketing for decades through our advertising agency, Insight Advertising, Marketing, and Communications. And each Monday, live at 8:45, we bring you the stories and the insight, if you will, about great advertising and marketing messages. Today's show, we're going to be talking about social media wizards. If you don't have one, do you want one? And if you've got one, is he or she really a social media strategist? Also, another social media story that we thought was absolutely amazing. If you're into social media and you're a small business, and if you're not doing what we have shared many times, we want you to do yourself a favor. Get out. Get out of social media now. We'll have details on that in just a little bit. And who would have thought that business could have gotten a lesson in customer satisfaction and customer care by Chubby Checker? We'll detail that story for you a little bit later on. And live in the studio, we've got two individuals representing the Des Moines Cycle Club. They've got a new event coming up. It's called Pedal Off the Pounds. We'll talk with Jason and Georgie about what is Pedal Off the Pounds, what in the world is the Des Moines Cycle Club, and why you ought to pay attention. And why did they do this in the first place? Lots of stuff about that. And we've got a switch. Oftentimes, we show you what we think is the worst ad campaign of the week, or any week. This time, we're going to adjust that. And we're going to show you what we think were the two best campaigns that were announced last week. These will really rock you. And I tell you what one of the interesting things about both of these campaigns, is they are campaigns that are designed to revive old, and some would say, tired brands. That's all with Insight on Business, the News Hour. We're powered by Webcast One Live. Let's get into it, shall we? Social media wizards. We've been in this field for a long time, and we're constantly bombarded and meet people out there in the marketing and advertising world that call themselves social media strategists, or they are social media wizards. And we're going to talk a little bit about what you should look for if someone approaches your business and says, hey, why don't I do your social media work for you because I'm a social media strategist. Here's several tips. Here's the wizard look. You know, you just got to go with the wizard look from time to time. There he is. This is the social media strategist that sometimes says, hey, I'm a wizard. I know social media. And I've got this thing down. So how do you know whether or not your social media person is for real a strategist? All right. Well, first thing you need to do when anybody approaches your business is to investigate whether or not they are a social media strategist. So this picture here shows us investigating. You need to find out whether or not they have the experience. It's pretty easy to find out who is and who is simply posing as a social media strategist. Check their social media feeds and see exactly how active they are. What kind of content do they deliver? And are they the right fit for your business? Here's another image for you. Do they get marketing? Now, some social media strategists, or in this case, social media wizards, don't understand the first thing about marketing. Do they understand your customers? Do they understand marketing in general? Can they analyze consumers? Can they research competitive businesses? Can they share with you the best way to go ahead and share with your potential audience your social media marketing? Are they good at that? Are they a one-trick pony? Now, of course, we have to have a slide up here that shows a one-trick pony. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, if the person who's pitching you understands only Facebook or only uses Twitter, but isn't able to talk about the many other forms of social media, beware. You see, there's not just one or two forms of social media, kids. You've got all kinds of things out there. LinkedIn, YouTube, blogging. You know, I know social media wizards who are out there that say blogging is dead, don't bother with it. We don't agree with that at all. But anyway, find out whether or not they're a one-trick pony. If they come into your office and they say, hey, I know everything there is to know about Facebook, and that's all you need to worry about, show them the door, and show them the door quickly. Slide number 5 is, what are they? Are they coaches, or are they going to take over your social media? Now, some in the field offer coaching. They realize that the very best social media comes from people who are deeply involved with the product or service. And we tend to favor that method rather than being the voice of whatever that company is. You see, when you're the voice of whatever that company is and you take over their social media work, something gets lost oftentimes in the transition. And so coaching, we think, is the best way to do it. Why do we say that? Well, a social media person that coaches you to understand social media will at one point or time turn the entire program over to you. It does take some retainer money to go ahead and figure out, okay, how should I be doing this? What's my plan? How do I strategize about this? But then the social media person then coaches you through that for 2, 3, 4, 6 months sometimes to make sure that you're ready to fly on your own. Some people don't become dentists just overnight. You know, you got to be trained in all of these things. And finally, is it a good fit? Is this process a good fit? And of course, here we have a young woman trying on pants that are about 30 sizes too big. Is the social media strategist, or whomever you choose to help you, do they have an understanding of your business? Do they have an understanding of your market? On-the-job training for a social media strategist takes time, and time means money. So there they are. All the tips. If you're looking for a social media strategist or a wizard, you need to investigate. You need to understand whether or not they know marketing. You need to understand if they are a one-trick pony. If so, show them the door. Do they coach you, or they want to take it over? And finally, is it a good fit for your business? Will this social media strategist understand from the outset what it is that you're trying to accomplish? Social media wizards, kids, it's something you should be paying attention to. When we come back, we're going to be talking about why, if you are a why, if you are a small to medium-sized business and you've jumped into social media, why you should get out now, solve yourself, keep yourself from going into pain. Ladies and gentlemen, get out of social media if you just jumped in. That story and more when we come back. This is Insight on Business. My name is Michael Libbie. This is brought to us by FWRSA. FWRSA, tax accountants, ladies and gentlemen, who go beyond just tax season to help you with your accounting and bookkeeping. That's FWRSA. FWRSA of Clive, Iowa. They're working hard for you until the cows come home. We'll be back right after this.